My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody has had a lovely week. This is the last week in June. I mean, May, sorry. Yeah, this is the last week in May. I can't believe that we are already through another month. Uh-oh, we got a problem. Hold on a minute while I fix whatever's going on. It sounds like a game is being played. Bear with me here while I figure out where this is coming from. I don't know where that was coming from.
Your email is your first online impression. Make it count. With
So bear with me here while I find
you
it.
get a professional address that matches your domain. It builds trust, boosts credibility, and helps grow your brand. Setup is quick, and your inbox is protected with built-in security. And if you ever need help, we're just a call away. Start building your brand, one email at a time.
Oh my goodness. Talk about always something. Always something.
Maker AI, make your photo dance. Photo can be turned to a hot video. Upload a photo. Choose a dance animation. Oh my god, it's like a real dance video. Maker simplifies video editing with AI.
Hey, can you hear me? My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody has had a lovely week. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. Last week in June? I mean, May, sorry. Yeah, this is the last week in May. I can't believe that we are already through another month. This is hilarious because I can't figure out where it's coming from. So bear with me here, you guys, while I figure out what's going on. This is very weird. Bear with me here while I figure out where this is coming from. I'll be with y'all in just a minute. I'm just trying to figure out where this is coming from.
Katy, can you hear me?
But I hear an echo.
Your email is your first online impression. Make it count. With
Bear with me here while I find
get
it.
a professional address that matches your domain. It builds trust, boosts
He's
credibility,
playing
and
commercials
helps
wherever
grow
it's
your
coming
brand.
from.
Setup is quick, and your inbox is protected with built-in security. And if you ever need help, we're just a call away. Start building your brand, one email at a time.
Sorry, guys. I am kind of panicking here because I can't figure out where this is coming from. Goodness. I think I found it. I think. Let's hope so, because this is crazy. All right. Back to what I was trying to say until I foobarred the whole beginning of this live, pretty much. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to Katy's, to my... Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. And yep, this is a hot mess today. Unfortunately, stop. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm trying to find the screen I'm supposed to be on, and yeah. My partner in crime is not here either, so I hope she's
Can you
okay.
not see me?
I haven't heard from her, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, I think I found the right screen. All right. So let's see if we can't get on with this. Anyway, today normally would be me and oh wait, I'm being waved at. Hold on. Where is my Zoom at? Oh, there you are.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I could barely hear you.
Let me see if I can turn it up. I am in an alternate location today.
I was getting worried about you, girl. And your screen is dark.
Yes, I'm working on that.
Okay. Well, while you're fixing your tech issues, let me see if I can recorrect my hot mess I just made. Anyway, as I was trying to say until I started hearing echoing, hello, welcome to Greenland Quilter's channel. I'm Katy, and Chaunda will be here directly once she gets her tech trouble worked out too. Anyway, we're at the end of May. So May is by Sunday. We will no longer be in May because on Monday we will be starting June the 1st. Can you guys believe we're about to start June?
Sensor open.
We're going to be almost a half a year through 2026 here when June ends. So while I'm waiting on Chaunda, I thought I would talk about, so she and I have been doing the Fat Quarter Shop Sew Along Sewcialites 3. And I just kind of wanted to refresh your memory a little bit and show you some blocks while she's getting ready. So this was block number 1 that I did. We got light, yay! And then block number 2. Do you have all your blocks with you, Chaunda?
I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you mine real quick of where we are so far. Now I do have a couple blocks missing because I took them apart and I'm redoing them because I was unhappy with the way they looked. This is block number 3, but Chaunda probably has all of her.
Garage door. Entry sensor
Block number
open.
4. This is block number 6. So number 5's down here, took apart. And then this is block number 9. So I'm missing number 8. This is block. This is replacing one of the blocks. I chose to pull a different block out of a previous Sewcialites to replace one I didn't want to make. And I think this was the one I used to replace the berry. And then we have block number 11. And for some funny reason, I did 2 of them. I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't decide which color I liked. Who knows? So that's number 11. And this is number 12. And then I'm going to spotlight Chaunda so she can show you hers. And then we'll talk about blocks number 13 and 14 that she and I will be working on. So you ready, Chaunda? We can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muted. This is block number 1.
Those blocks are pretty.
Block number 2.
Sweet.
And 3, which is one I love this block.
I love that block too.
4. And 5.
Nice.
This is block number 6.
Sweet.
This is block number 7. This is my least favorite block. I'm considering redoing this block, but I'm going to wait to the end.
Yeah, that's the one I'm missing. I haven't done yet because I haven't decided how I want to do it. Isn't that hilarious?
And I think block number 8 is the only block that I have not completed.
That's the same with me. I didn't have block number 8 either.
And this is 9 and 10. And this would be block 11 and block 12.
Awesome. I love that. What's that one called again? That looks like a churn dash, sort of. What do they call
Yeah.
it? What did they call it? They called it
So it's block 12. I forgot what they're
shoe
calling it. I
fly.
think,
That's what they're calling it. Shoe
yeah.
fly. Shoe fly, don't bother me. All right, so Shonda's going to be doing block number 13. So you want to show them what you plan on, show them the block and tell us what you plan on doing.
So Shonda's a bit behind today. I have not cut out my block. I'm not home. I have barely been home all day. So I basically brought all of my equipment with me.
Mhm.
So I have my travel sewing machine. So I'll be sewing on my little baby today, and I'll have to cut everything out today.
I'll be cutting too. So I've had a crazy week.
Me too.
How's I hadn't heard from you. Is everything okay with your daughter?
Yes. So the baby is doing okay. She had an appointment this morning.
Okay.
And so basically what they're going to do is they're going to give her another week. I need to figure out how to stop this thing from rocking. They're going to give her another week. And so we're going to go back to the doctor next Friday, and then they'll probably schedule, because we thought they might schedule her induction today, but they
Mhm.
said they're going to give her another week. And so next Friday she'll go in, they'll make sure everything is okay. Today she did a non-stress test. The baby was fine, handled the stress test fine, or the non-stress test fine. So next week we'll go in, and then they'll schedule her induction for the following week.
I was wondering how she was doing because I hadn't heard from you. Figured either something was going on with your aunt or her.
No, basically just a lot going on, trying to get everything ready.
Yeah.
Trying to get her ready.
She got the baby room and everything all set up now?
Still that's part of what we're working at, because we have limited space in our home. So the baby has to share a room with her, which meant she had to downsize a large percentage of her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Okay, so Shonda's going to do block number 13 to start with. Of course, we're going to be doing both blocks, but just letting you know that she's doing 13 on, first, and I will be doing number 14 while she's sewing on number 13. So as she stated, she has to cut. So do I. So, because I haven't cut nothing because I spent too long on something last night. I was on a roll last night working on the channel sew, and I got the two shorter ends of the quilt with I got the piano keys put on the shorter ends, which it looks kind of amazing actually. So let me say hi to everyone in the chat. All right. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. Hello, Cindy. And Nina says, hi, Katie. I am happy to be sewing with you today. I'm happy y'all are sewing with me too. Janet says she's here. Chris says, heck, no, something. I don't know what the heck. Something was going on. Cindy says, Katie, are you being haunted? Yes. All right. Then Sherry's saying hi back and forth. Shonda, you are very dark. She's fixed that now. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Gerald Lynn says, hello, all very nice blocks. Sherry said she loves the blocks too. And as you can see, someone's being a bit of a whiner. Stop. Get in your bed. Go on. Let's see. And Dubrovka, hello. Welcome. All right. Okay, so we'll talk about the poll real quick. What does humbuggery mean? Is it A, sleep, B, deception, C, joy, or D, dance? So y'all don't forget to vote on that. And in a couple hours, we will talk about the answer for that. It's interesting, some of these funny words that's coming up in my email right now. Humbuggery. That's a good one. Wow, the table's higher than your chair, isn't it? Way higher. So we can barely see your face. Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, so my lighting situation is gonna be a challenge. I'm still gonna troubleshoot and see because I thought I had it figured out by swapping positions, but this time of day, I guess the sun keeps changing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
It'll
see
be
if
all
I
right.
close this
It's all
curtain
good.
if it'll
We
help.
will adapt to the situation. Okay. So while you want to talk, do you know what colors you're going to use for your block, or are you just gonna
Nope.
okay, all right. I
I'm
don't
just gonna wing it.
same here. So here's my block. So as you can see, they used the background and a print for the center here. And then they used 4 different prints for the legs of the star. So I'm going to do something similar, only I'm going to do it with batiks like I've been doing. And the background is, of course, the light turquoise, which is this color right here. That's what I've been using as a background for the Sewcialites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my scrap pile out. And we need, because I'm doing a 6-inch block, I'm going to need 8 2.5-inch squares. That's for these parts. Then on a print number 1, we're going to only need 1, which is B. And then for C and D, it's just going to be a matter of the prints. So that's where we're going to go with that. Okay. Let me see what I could dig out of my stash. Oh, and by the way, look what I picked up today. It's a cactus Lego.
Where'd you find that?
Store. Apparently they got a few Legos in. You know, Thomas did this on the live the other day, and it was so super cute. And then when I saw it here, I'm like, oh, I want this one. So I might make that this weekend, maybe. We'll see. All right. Chris says it's much better lighting, talking about your lighting, Shonda. Okay, so we're going to get to cutting and sewing, and everybody let us know what you're working on tonight in the channel, please. Are you working on Sewcialites? Or are you working on a project of your own? Let us know. And also tell us how your week has been. And man, I have a sore tongue. I must have bit my tongue in my sleep.
I hate that.
Yeah, don't you hate when that happens?
I really do.
So I feel like my voice is going to be slurred just because it's so sore. I must have been having a bad dream or something. All right, let me see what I can dig out of here. Let me see. I'm seriously thinking I want to put another one of those sun fabrics in the middle. If I could find a piece big enough. All right, where's that navy blue at? See what I can dig out here. Ooh, there's some orange right there I can use. See what we can do here.
Right, the glue came off of my rotating mat.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's in
not
2
good.
separate pieces.
Wow.
Probably the heat from being in the car.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to use this for the centerpiece. Fussy cut it. And then for the outside of the star, let's see what I can dig up for scraps here. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to audition some colors here. You're going to see me doing my how I always do my blocks. How I come up with colors. I'm pulling out a bunch of different colors that I want to see what works for this pattern. And then you'll watch me decide on which one. I might even ask y'all's opinion on a couple of the colors, maybe. So let's see what we come up with for this pretty block. All right, I think I've dug enough out of there, maybe. I was looking for something specific. I was trying to see if I could find a lilac color or a lighter purple. Maybe. Nope. That doesn't work for me. Okay. I hope this doesn't seem like the boring part. It's not boring. It's just, you know, sometimes I want to play a little bit and figure out something. And then I got a whiny dog over here, which is kind of annoying me at the moment. Shh. Oh, we'll pull that one out. It's a pink right here. Let's see what we can come up with. I like this brighter pink better. So let's put the muted one back in the box. And then I want to show you guys something. There is 3 pinks in this scrap box. You got this one, which has the bigger, whatever this mark is. Then you have this one right here, which is a little bit paler, as you can see. And then you have this pink. See how batiks work? You have hues or shades of a color, and based on, and the camera's kind of picking up on the different coloration. So I'm thinking I want to use this brighter pink right here. So I'm going to pull this one out. That's going to be one of the colors. So I'll go ahead and take these and put these back. And then what I'm going to do is I want to use an orange. So let's look at these different shades of orange that I have right here. We have this shade of orange. Let me put a bigger piece up here so you can see it. So we got this shade and this shade. And then we have this shade. So I'm thinking I want to use this light, this a little more brilliant orange one. So we'll take these ones and set them aside. I'm also going to use this yellow orange in here, probably, maybe. Right now, what I'm doing is just pulling out some choices. This is not the right color lilac I want, but this would probably work. This would work. Well, no. Well, we'll set this one in here for right now. And I'm going to pull these out. I've already got all my orange I'm going to plan on using. Now we have this light turquoise right here. So let's stick that over there as well. I'm going to pull this out. And we have this lighter purple right here. We can look at that too. Or we can look at this. You know what? Let's look at this green. We're going to look at all of it. And then I'll make a decision on which ones I want to use. Okay. So we'll set those aside. And let me see what else I got in here that I can mess around with. And now this is a lighter purple. I think I'm gonna go with the lighter. All right. And do we have red in here? No, we do not. So do I want it to be that red? Or, let me see here. pull this out, and I'm going to keep on thumbing through here until I see something that catches my eyeballs. I might mess with that, maybe, I don't know. I'm just basically trying to see things that catch my eyes. That talk, I call it talking to me. Because we're going to make this colorful. Nope, that's too dark. Okay. Set this aside. Let's see what else I can find. Now, do I want to do it in this lighter red or do I want to do it in this deeper red? Because this is darker. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. When you're looking at the camera, you can't really tell. Okay, so I've gone through all of this stack. Okay, so let me set this one aside. Let me see if there's anything in this box that kind of catches my eyeballs. We'll see. Probably not, because I think I pulled out what I'm going to use. Oh, this is a nice, that's not boutique. As you can see, I have a lot of scraps. All right.
I am still cutting background, guys. I need 16 1.5-inch squares. It would be the day when I'm not home and I'm not, that's the day when I have to do all this little cutting, of course.
Yeah. Sometimes that kind of happens at the most inopportune time. You're like, I really don't want to do this, right? The dog is very whiny. All right, I think I'm going to get all I'm going to get out of here. All right, so like I said, this is the background. Now let's look at all these colors because they used one, two, they used 4 different colors. Okay, plus the 5th one is the center, but the center one, I'm going to, this will be my center right here. I will fussy cut for this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these pieces of fabric and we're going to make sure everything is cohesive with this dark blue and the turquoise. So I definitely want to use this color. So this is one. I'm going to go with this red, so that's 2. So 1, 2, well, we got 3 if I count that. Let me see here. You need 2 lights and 2 darks is basically what I need to go with. So this gets kicked out. All right. Now, do I want to use this one? Or do I don't know if I have enough of this. That's the thing. Let me see. What is it calling for? For these prints, you're going to need 2-inch square. Yeah, I should be able to get what I need out of these. 2 each of 1. Yep. Okay. And then we need some print number 6, which is D, which on here doesn't show where D's at. Oh, D's the corner ones. Oh, I didn't even see that. Really? Oh, it goes here on the outside. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it has caps on here. I didn't even notice that because when you're looking at it, I didn't even catch that. That's funny. Okay. All right. So let's do the pink and the red as 2 colors. I'm gonna kick the orange out. And then I'm going to do we're going to do this like this darker purple here. And which do I want to do? Do I want it to be this color or do I want it to be? Oh, both of them look nice. Let's do this one. Okay. So now I've got my colors picked out. All right. Now this might look like a hot mess to you guys, but you'll see it all come together here directly. Hey, Mona 2.0 and hello, Denise. Welcome, welcome. Who else came in? Hi, Gladys. It's good to see you here tonight. Nothing's wrong with Nora. She wants me to put food on the table, and I've already fed her a little bit. Hi, Donna. Yeah, she wants me to give her food, and I need to wait for it to thaw out more. It's not all the way thawed out. I don't like to feed her frozen with too much ice and chicken. Mona says she's going to focus on that panel pattern. What is everybody, did everybody else answer my question about what they're working on?
My aunt's dog likes his food frozen. Isn't that crazy? My aunt's dog likes his food frozen.
She does. It's just sometimes I think it gives an upset stomach. All right. Okay. She's not starving, Rita. She just thinks she is. She is not loving her new way of eating.
Oh, no, it's the other one.
Not loving it at all. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is cut this fussy cut this center block, and on it that needs to get set aside before I get myself confused. Okay, B needs to be 2.5 inch square. All right, so let's get this fussy cut. I can find that itty bitty ruler that I rarely use. Oh, here it is. All right, let me pick a.
All right. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Finally figured it out.
Boy, she is verbal today, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She is. I'm glad my dog, well, not my dog, but my aunt's dog can't hear her.
She'd be talking to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's always that. She knows we're talking about her, which makes it even more irritating. Well, I think she's a little bit uptight with me because I took off earlier to go get mail. My April sew sampler box got here, so I went and got it. So she was howling when I walked out the door. And I think that's why she's so unhappy. That, and she wants me to feed her. She's over here turning herself in circles. Like, maybe if I act like an acrobat, Mama will pay attention. I'm trying not to reward this behavior. No. You have to learn patience. Get down. Get in your bed. Go on. Bed. Get in your bed. Get in your bed. Thank you. No. Bed. I'm being mean to her. She thinks I am anyway. All right, let's get this little fussy cut done. So I'm making a 2.5 inch fussy cut block for the center. Right, there we go. All right, so we got that done. Now the next thing I got to do is we need to cut 8 2.5-inch squares for the background. So this is my background right here. So I'll go ahead and start cutting that. All right. How's everybody doing today? I know you said you've had a busy week, Chaunda, but you've been doing okay?
Yeah. My son graduated from high school yesterday, so that
Oh,
was nice.
congratulations.
Yeah, and then my daughter came over to the house because she went to the graduation. So I actually had all 4 kids under the same roof for the
Oh, I
first
bet that
time in a
felt
long
good.
time. It was. So that's why nothing got done yesterday.
Well, that happens when you have, you got family and you're spending time together. Well, I'm happy to hear that they all were together. That's awesome.
It was nice.
Okay, now I'm gonna cut some 2.5-inch squares. Man, my the trip is getting closer and I'm starting to get a bit, uptight. Plus Nikolai be home soon, which I'll be glad about. He said fishing was going better yesterday. I guess there's somewhere where the shrimps are better. Well, the amount of them are. He did say that um, they're shedding their shells right now because they're about to grow again. So the outside of the shrimp will be soft. But he got some really great iceberg pictures the other day. Some skyscraper sized ones.
I think I'm going to make an executive decision here because I don't think I want my square to square to be a different color than the corner square in squares. I think I want to do them all the same fabric.
That sounds like a good plan. So the other one has corner ones too? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
corner square and a square. Yeah, I
it's
see it
got the
now.
4 corner square and squares, and it's got the center square and square, but I think I want to use the same fabric for all of them.
Well, that makes sense. I would do that. Yeah.
It's going to make my life easier too with
Yeah.
matching.
2, 4, and 6. And we need 2 more of these. This will be 8. Oh, good grief. Now all 3 cats are in here trying to figure out what the dogs are whining about. Sorry, Rita. We all know that Nora can be vocal from time to time, especially when she's not happy about something. Right now, she's not happy. All right.
Hilarious.
I done print number 1, which is B. So that one's cut. Now I got to cut 2 of each color, which will be 2 2-inch squares. Okay, so let's take these colors right here, and I'm going to cut from these. And then that leaves the outer perimeter. I didn't even see that, so I got to figure out what color I want to use for that. Maybe I won't use a color at all. Laura says, Rita, I always have dogs. I always have 1 or 2 of them needing extra attention. Yep, Nora's very needy. All right, let's get these cut. Okay, this said 2-inch, right? Yes, it did. All right. Looks like we're going to be doing stitch and flips.
So I need 4 2.5-inch squares. Oh.
So while I'm doing this cutting stuff, is there anything anyone got any requests to something they would like for me to show you guys from Denmark? I'm hoping that we can get down to where the castle and everything's at, which is in downtown Copenhagen. And if we get down there, like I'm hoping, because basically we're gonna leave the car at the Airbnb and take a train to downtown Copenhagen, or what I think is called. I don't know if it's downtown or not, but so that we can go down there and walk, and we'll walk is what we'll do. And I'll film the square and maybe some of the castle. I'm going to look into seeing whether or not I can, if the botanical gardens to the royal garden is open. If it is, maybe I can do that too, I hope. I've been to the Copenhagen botanical gardens once, I think, or either twice, I can't remember. Tivoli is also down in the middle of Copenhagen, but we've not been. But I heard, someone told me here in Greenland that Tivoli also has botanical stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to Nikolai and we do it. I just know that I haven't wanted to go to Tivoli only because I can't ride any of the rides. And I don't feel like wasting money if you're not going to participate in that. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I'll do some more investigating on that. We definitely will get, I'm hoping to get quite a bit of footage of Legoland, because we're going there after we leave Fano. So if there's something that you want me to look for, or something you know, and it happens to be in the area that we're in, let me know. And I'll try my best to at least visit what you're talking about and share it with you guys. So if you have a request, let me know and I will try to accomplish it while we're out and about. What size are these supposed to be? Oh, the corner ones are supposed to be 1.5. That gets kicked out because I don't need that one. But no, let me see here. I think I'm going to use these two colors. All right, so let's do this one. Will be 2 inches. Uh-oh, something just happened. Katy, who will be brave enough to drive in Denmark? I'm going to drive in Denmark. I've drove before. I'll be doing the driving because I'm the one with the driver's license. Because I have a Greenlandic driver's license.
That's a piece of trivia I wasn't aware of. Is it difficult to drive in Denmark?
The only thing that I had difficulty with when the last few times I've driven is the signs are low. You know how you're used to the signs being up above the highway or the roads? And
Yes.
it's humongous, so you see them. Most of their signs are like at eye level and they're small. So sometimes I get the signs confused, of where it's
Gotcha.
supposed to be turning. Driving in Copenhagen is not terrible. The only reason we're going to take a train instead of driving to downtown is finding parking is a problem. And I'm better off to just leave the car at the Airbnb and us take the metro. And besides, I like being on the metro. I'm weird that way. I think the train is fun. Let me see. let me. Rita says, I am having to sit on my chair and not be tempted by the local shelter has 4 puppies which are 13 weeks old, and they are giant, or they are Great Pyrenees. Oh my God, why would anyone have a Pyrenees in Arizona? Rita, we have a rescue that has to be medicated daily for her anxiety, says Laura. Mona says, Rita, polar bears, puppy breath, giant dogs. And then Rita says, Katy, the Crumb Castle would be nice. Let me write that down. Find out where that's at. Let me see here. It's where Hamlet from Shakespeare was done. I did not know that.
I did. These are cut. Great.
Will there be okay? And then Laura says, Katy, I'm so excited for you and your vacation. The last time my hubby and I were able to take a vacation, it was for our 25th anniversary 11 years ago. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this vacation because I haven't gotten to travel in a while. And since I couldn't get to the States, this is more than going to make up for it. I still want to see my kids, of course, but you know what I mean. And then when I get back from my trip, I have to go to Nuke. My appointment's on the 27th of June. So probably going to be flying to Nuke a couple days before that. And so I'll show you guys how the patient, I think it'll be fun for you guys to see how the patient hotel is attached to the hospital. Because see, you only have to be hospitalized if you have something that's life-threatening or whatever. But if it's to come and see a specialist or something, you can stay in the patient hotel, and they feed you 3 meals a day. You know, it's all, like being in a hotel, only you don't have to worry about paying for the food. Now, a lot of time, the thing is sometimes I will go out and buy food of my own and cook it because there's a kitchen in the patient hotel, and cook it myself because sometimes they serve Greenlandic food. And what I mean by Greenlandic food, it'll be seal soup or something like that. And since I don't eat that, yeah, I could go out and eat if I wanted to. I mean, you're allowed to leave the patient hotel. And anytime I'm not having to see a doctor, my behind will be down the road looking around. Because last time I was in Nuke, there was so much development going on. And I thought I would go see where the embassy is and see, go have a little discussion about my, if we might do the consulate in Denmark about my passport. So we might go talk to them first. And if we can't find it open, then I can try seeing about it in New. Because I want to see what I can do about my situation. Because I have to get my passport updated next year. All right, I think I have everything except D. Do I want to put those caps on there or not? I don't know if I want to or not. I'm gonna leave it like, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it alone and not put it on there. All right. I have everything cut now. Get everything out of the way. And now what we're going to do is some stitch and flips looks like. So I'm going to need to draw a diagonal line on the wrong side of fabric C. So yeah, all of these have to have a line on the back of them. All right. Great Pyrenees are easy to train. I would not want to deal with their hair. I already had enough of that with German Shepherds. We call them the German Shepherd.
Okay. All my cutting is done,
All right. Anything
at
you
least
want?
for block 13.
Yeah. Anything you want from Denmark?
No, I wouldn't
A
even know what
magnet or
to.
a sticker or
A
something?
postcard.
A postcard? Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I can mail postcards.
Yeah. I would love a postcard.
Because there's different places you can go for different things like that. I had a bicycle magnet and I accidentally knocked it off the refrigerator and I broke it. It's like, oh, now I gotta go find me a new one. Because bicycles are a thing in Denmark.
You want to say hi? You, you want to say hello?
The pup hear her. Oh, look at the cutie pie. Oh,
Say hey. This is Buck. Say hi.
he's got some big feet. Kind of like Nora's big feet. How do they get you off the floor if, huh? Katy, are you a Greenlandic citizen or an American citizen or both? I'm curious, but you don't have to answer if you're not comfortable. I am an American citizen still. We are looking into dual citizenship, but with the current state of affairs, I don't know if this is a good idea right now. So we're kind of putting that on the back burner for now. I do have a residency though, and that's, that affords me the same rights and that Greenlanders have. The only thing is I'm not sure. I know I can vote locally in the town for local stuff, but I don't think I can vote for national stuff, which it would be hard for me to even think about voting since I don't really understand all the mechanisms that relate to government here anyway. So, but I can still vote as a US citizen for president and everything else. So, but if I can get dual residency, then I can get a Greenlandic passport. And then when I'm traveling in Europe, I wouldn't even have to show my US passport. Let's see, what else got said here? How do they get you off the floor if needed? Denise, I don't understand the question. Is that directed at me? Oh, she's talking about dogs. Never mind. Okay, let me start making these stitch and flips. Okay, so let's do two of the same color. And we're going to use this color here. I'm going to pin this so it doesn't move. And I'm going to need to switch my sewing machine foot too.
I too am gonna have to change my sewing machine foot, but I did not bring the screwdriver.
Uh-oh. Does she have any screwdrivers in the house?
I'm probably just gonna grab a butter knife.
Yeah, that would work too. Foot's all changed, stitches set. Don't she sound pitiful? Shh. I think I'm gonna give her a herring tomorrow or mackerel, one of them. And Rita's like, poor Nora. There's nothing poor about this dog. She's just spoiled. Get down. You're not winning any brownie points with me tonight. All right. Shh. Let's see. I think I'm going to put this pink with this turquoise. So that's going to get set aside.
You know what, Shonda? Just leave the walking foot on here. Just leave it on here.
That sounds like a plan.
It's not gonna hurt anything.
Uh-oh. I think I misjudged something here. 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't. Thought I did, but no, I didn't. Get in your bed. Go on. Bed. Go on. Get in your bed. It's not time for food yet. Only because it's frozen. Still, dogs are cute when they make those sounds, though. Yeah, I'm just worried someone in the channel is going to get annoyed and leave. This is everyday life, you guys. She definitely does not have patience. What kind of dog is the dog you showed us, Shonda?
He's a poodle mixed with, what's Buck mixed with? Poodle and what, Auntie? Buck is poodle and what? But is he a poodle? He's a poodle mixed with what?
What?
He's a poodle mixed with what?
With a multi.
Maltese. He's a multi-poo.
Oh, he sure is pretty. Pretty baby. Rita says, ha ha, no, it is cute, but at least you only have one. I mean, think about it. In some of my videos, I have one old cat that screams. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
All right, well, this is going to be difficult.
You having trouble?
Uh-huh. Because I don't have the thread spool. I brought everything except for the spool cap.
Uh-oh. It's not like somebody's going to have a spool cap laying around.
Yeah.
Rita guessed right, Maltese. Poor cat is going to be 19 years old and he does not meow. He screams. Goodness. You know that Nora will do this on the bed if I don't move when she wants me to do something. Bed. Bed. Go on. Bed. Get in your bed. Bed. I'm sorry, but this is life, dear. I need that chicken leg to thaw out a little more before I go feeding it to you. better known as a multi-poo. Your aunt been doing okay? Put thread in a coffee cup, Chaunda. That's what Denise suggested. And Rita says, I have the white Sharpei that if I do not move, he lays down and pushes against my leg with his feet or kicks me. I am like, good grief. Yeah, it's a funny thing. When I went to feed Nora last night, she was taking her nose and pushing the calf of my leg like, hurry up, mom. Hurry up, mom. I'm starving half to death. Denise says, or on a thread holder with a wad of tape in front of it.
So how would I do the tape thing? I'm gonna see how it goes. Maybe I can just go slow.
Your aunt doesn't have a sewing machine in the house?
No, she used to because I gave her one of mine, but I don't think she has it anymore.
Oh, okay. So we're chugging along on this block. Rita says, like a roll of tape, put the thread in the center of it.
Gotcha.
Oh, I get what she's saying.
I get it now.
I get it now. I can visualize that. Janet says, I have used a coffee cup for my thread before. It works great.
Let's see what happens here. God, I haven't used this machine in so long.
They're giving you lots of improvs, aren't they?
It's like a whole learning experience.
Yeah, I can imagine after sewing on that bigger machine. Rita says, yes, coffee cups work also. We're giving you great ideas.
And I do appreciate it.
Everybody's trying to help. Janice says she uses it a lot for her featherweight, the coffee cup. Okay, now we got this part done. All right, we're going to put the, let's see, I want to put the yellow with the purple, or do I want to put the pink with the purple? I think I'm gonna put the pink with the purple. That looks nice. Thread holder needs to be long enough to hold thread, spool, and then wrap some tape around the holder big enough to stop the thread from falling off, says Denise. I ended up sewing after the live last night in Zoom with a couple friends because I wasn't ready to stop sewing last night. I should have just left the live running. I was having fun making those piano keys. Okay, we got those two pinned. The cup is probably the easiest if you have time. Do a Google search on the web or YouTube, says Denise. Okay, one more to go and then we'll get this cross done and then we can start putting this box together. You sewed a long time yesterday. Yes, I did. I'll show you guys the what the piano key looks attached to. I put it on the two short ends. So all I have left to do now is do the long ends along with the 4 patch blocks for the cornerstones, which need to be attached to those strips. And then all that'll be left is determining what color to use for the border. Rita says, thought about just letting a live start and do sewing. If someone shows up, great. If not, I am sewing as I sew anyway. So I might as well show someone if they do not know how. Yep, that's a great idea, Rita. Sometimes you just want to sew and someone comes, they come. If they don't, they don't. That's why I like to do when I'm really in the mood for sewing and you find that I'm doing an impromptu live or a late night live, it's because I want to sew. And I need to get as much sewn as I can get sewn before I leave on my trip because I won't get to do much sewing while I'm on my trip. I am going to take something to crochet on the plane though. Okay. Get these cut apart. Uh-oh, that's like attached to the block. That should not be like that. There's my missing rotary cutter that I couldn't find. Hello to Mary. Yeah, hi Mary. Make sure yeah, Mary, I think that's her name. Welcome, welcome. All right, I have to disengage this from this block. I got too close with the leader. Oh, here we go. But now I need to reattach that seam. At least it's not much that I have to do with it. Just a tiny bit. There we go. I can't decide between a black border or white border for some pretty floral or for some pretty florals. Okay. Do you, Katie, do you do any EPP? That's what I usually do on plane trips. I don't know how to EPP yet. I don't have that skill set yet. That's why I mentioned taking crocheting with me, because I do know how to do that. Or I might take that quilt that I'm trying to hand quilt. Actually, I plan on taking that small quilt that I've been hand quilting. So maybe the lady who does is going to do my long arming services. Maybe I could get her to show me how to fasten off the threads, because then at least I'll be standing next to her when she's doing it. I'm hoping to ask her about doing that, because it would be nice if someone showed me how to do it in person, because that's the only reason I haven't completed quilting, hand quilting. It's because I can't fasten off the dang threads because my brain doesn't understand. I sat next to a lady who cut out all her applique pieces on a plane. Oh, interesting. Well, the flight from Nuuk to Copenhagen is going to be about 4 hours. We will be flying on an A330 Neo. You can fasten them off the same way you would on a crochet. No, because you got to hide it in between the quilting layer, Rita, and I can't figure out how to do that. Yeah, that's my problem, is I don't know how to get it in between and not lose the knot. It's not the same thing as tying off a knot with crocheting. It's different. Concept may be the same, but getting it in between, yeah, I can't figure it out. I've tried multiple times to no avail. They were small and sharp, and she did say she usually uses bigger scissors. Yeah, you can have scissors on a plane. They just have to be underneath the 4 inches. Sleeping? No, I won't sleep on the plane. I never do. Now, if it was a long haul flight, I might get a couple hours of sleep, but for the most part, I won't be sleeping. I never do. Yeah, exactly, Rita. I've got to see it done in perfect, because I've watched Sherry do it on a video, but I realized reason I'm getting it wrong is because the video is in front of me, not next to me, where I can see the hands moving in the same direction my hand will be moving in. And that's why I'm having trouble with it. I need to sit next to someone and watch them do it. That's what makes visual learners different from many other learners. Okay, we got all these blocks done. So let me lay this block out so you guys can see what it's going to look like. How you doing over there, Chaunda?
Going all right. My little spool of thread is hanging in there, probably because I'm sewing slowly.
All right, we're going to put this one here.
Hush.
Did you make a mistake?
No, he's barking at the sound of the sewing machine, so I told him to hush.
Oh, he's never heard of a machine before. Yeah.
Probably not.
Maybe I can give her some more haircuts because I know that chicken is not thawed out. I need discipline, says Mary. Linda says, I'm a visual learner too. Yep. And how we learn is way different than other people. What do you think, Chaunda? Hang on, let me spotlight it. It's not sewn together. Think it looks all right? What do y'all think before I sew this together? Y'all like it? Have to get into a rhythm to keep your stitches consistent, Chaunda. You mean there are other ways to learn besides visually? Yeah, some people learn by reading a manual. Some are only hands-on. I'm a visual hands-on kind of girl. Rita says, beautiful, Katy. Thank you. All I gotta do is sew it together. I'm debating on whether to put those stitching flips on here or not up here. I don't know if I want to. Kind of want to leave it like this, I think. It calls for you to put a stitching flip on each corner. What do you guys say about this? Should I put the stitching flip on here or leave it off? Or it'll be fine being left off? What do y'all think? Linda says, looks great. What's y'all's opinion about the stitch and flip?
Where did the stitching flip supposed to go?
Right here on the corners.
Oh,
I almost didn't even see that.
I see that now.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Oh,
Rita says leave it off. I'm thinking I want to leave it off. Denise says it looks nice as it is. Rita says, I am 100% visual learner. Rarely do I read directions.
I am a reader.
Rita says, Baron says, leave it off. I like reading books, but not instruction manuals.
Yeah, I definitely need to read the manual. I'm definitely a manual person.
Everybody's saying they like it the way it is. Okay, then we will leave the little stitch and flips off those corners. Be right back. I'm gonna put some more haircuts in Nora's bowl. Give you some low-calorie food.
Auntie, what are you doing?
In that cabinet, of the top or the bottom. I need some scrap here. I just need to put a phone number on it. I'm not going to buy it. I can go back and forth myself.
Hold on, Auntie. Hold on. Please.
Oh. All right, let's sew this block together. Oh, I need to take myself off of spotlight too. There we go.
Hey.
Hey, Kevin, welcome. Let me share Kevin's channel.
I'll get this back.
That's yours.
All right, but let's write these numbers.
It's good to see you, Kevin. Directions from me are gobbledygook, says Linda. And Mary says that's a new thing. Sylvia says I need the directions and then I want to watch someone. Yeah. Now, see, you could do that if you had someone actually showing you what you're doing with when you read a manual. Chaunda, can you read my manual and teach me? I'm a visual audio learner, says Laura.
I mean, I definitely learn faster if I have both, if I can read and see. But because I taught myself how to quilt, I taught myself how to crochet, and I mostly used words because there was no streaming, there were no videos.
Yeah. Hey, Jody, it's good to see you there. Mary Tuber Chat is Kevin. He has a
Hey, Kevin.
He has a channel that he helps sponsor other, well, not sponsor, promotes. He promotes other small channels so that people know about the channel. And you just go in and get to know the channel people and him, and your channel can be shared.
And hello to everyone in the chat. I normally try to be in the chat so I can see what you guys are saying and talk to you guys, but I don't have my normal setup today, so my apologies.
Now I got those pressed.
I'm about to lose my daylight. I'm gonna have to turn the lights on.
Go.
Come on. Okay. How you doing, Jody? And those of you who are channel creators, you are welcome to share your channel by either typing exclamation selfie, or if I've interviewed you, which with Jody, I think Jody's name is actually in the bot. Let me look. You, those if I've interviewed you and you've been on my channel, you're in the bot. Should be. Wake up bot. Yeah, there you go. So if you've been interviewed by me and you've been on my live, then you're in the bot. You can just type your name, exclamation, and your name. Except for Andrea. Andrea has to use Mama J. Okay, now that looks weird. I have this turned wrong. Oh, here we go. That's what the problem was. I had it turned wrong. Okay, there we go. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. I thought that didn't look right. There we go. Now I got it right. Now I got to change my foot again.
My thread is behaving. I think maybe because I'm using a mini spool.
Oh, good. Hopefully it'll stay like that. Hi, Annette. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I missed her live earlier too. I'm gonna have to go watch the replay. Hey, after the live, can you hang back for about 10 minutes?
I can.
Because I want to talk to you about something.
Alrighty.
Nothing bad. Just something you and I've talked about before.
Is that the oven?
Sounds like the oven.
Is that an error?
I don't know.
I was gonna get up. So she gonna get on my case.
You
KK
daggone
says
right.
oops, sorry. KK says she's playing bingo right now. Have a blessed week and have fun.
I love the making fries. They are so good. I'm gonna make these cardinal sauce. And then she's gonna make it for me. And I
Hey, Jody, I have a question for you. In your, because I don't know if you saw my question on a couple of your videos or not. I was inquiring about the handmade quilts that you've shown a couple times in a couple of the secondhand shops. What kind of price tag were they having on those quilts? Because I was curious. The ones that are made by humans, not the manufactured ones. What kind of price tag were you seeing on them? Jody says usually from 5 to 20 bucks. Really? Wow. Depends on sizes. Have you seen any really big ones that were handmade? And that says not chatting much, eating dinner and trying to use my left arm and left hand and arm again. Uh-oh. What happened to your arm? If that's okay to ask. I do. I tend to keep nice ones, says Jody. Well, it's amazing because when I watch your videos and see those, I'm like, I wonder how much they are. Because some of them are pretty. This little block's going to come together here directly, Shonda. And then I can start on the one you're doing. I'm going to cheat with the one you're doing. You know what I'm going to use? Square and square paper.
Yeah. It's a lot of little squares.
That's why I want to use the paper. Less wonky. How's the weather up your way, Jody? Has it gotten hot already? She lives in Michigan. And it says, had an accident almost 2 years ago. Lucky I have an arm. Still battling bone infection issues and hardware rejection issues. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes, it does. Especially when you love to sew or love to do something.
How in here? Quite much.
I'm going to be taking these 3 pieces over to the iron and press them before I start sewing them, sewing them the rows together so that I can get that seam as flat as I can. Linda says, I am sorry you're going through this. Okay, let's go over to the iron and press these. All right, we got it pressed. Now we're going to go ahead and sew all of them together. And we will have a small 6.5-inch block.
I didn't feel like bringing my travel iron, so I will be
Finger
finger
pressing.
pressing today.
Yep. Figured you would. Stay hydrated for 550 joules. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. And Jody says, unhitching, be right back. And then Annette says, I am left-handed, so cutting is a problem. Thus, I do almost every cotton cuts quilt kit they offer keeps me sewing. Yep, I can understand that. What did you sign up for the new colorway yet? What about you, Shonda? Are you doing or are you sitting it out?
I have to decide if I want to do cotton cuts or if I want to do that block of the month with Alex Anderson.
I was
I
going
have to decide by was it tomorrow
Yeah,
or
I was
the
going to
next
ask
day?
you about that because I wanted to sign up for it. If you're going to, I'm gonna sign up for it.
I'm leaning toward it.
Well, let me
I think
know.
I'm gonna decide tonight. I'm gonna do my budget and
Okay.
see exactly where I'm at, and then but
Yeah,
right,
because
unless
maybe,
oh, go
maybe
ahead.
maybe if you're doing it, then if I get stuck on something, I can ask you about it. You know what I mean?
It'd be like the blind leading the blind, Katie.
Well, the applique is scary looking, but it sure is pretty.
That applique looks scary, and so does some of that embroidery.
Yeah, that embroidery definitely, because it's been a while since I've done hand embroidery. But I think if I bought myself one of those beginner embroidery books, I could relearn the stitches because I used to do it when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I've definitely got like a little kit and stuff like that, so I can reacquaint myself with the stitches. But
Yep.
I know Alex did say that the bumblebee in particular was a little challenging, and that
Yep.
she recommends that you do it on something else before you do it on your quilt.
Yep. That makes total sense. That way you get a feel of it. But it is super cute. That quilt is gorgeous. And I know I could do it out of my boutique stash, Did you? I didn't know if you saw my unboxing from Wednesday.
No, I have not consumed much except for
Oh,
like my news.
yeah. Someone sent me a box of batiks. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
There's so much. And it's super exciting.
And that's another thing. Maybe I need to see because it's a much smaller investment if I'm using my stash.
Yeah. You save money that way. unless you absolutely, want to have the colors they're using.
But 27 yards of coordinating fabric is going
That's
to
a
be
good,
challenging.
yeah. And not only that, the price for the 27 yards is not bad actually.
No,
If
it's
you
a
think
great
about it,
price.
it's a great price for that whole kit. I just wondered how much shipping will be for me on it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If it's
Because
like
it's
45
free
bucks or
shipping. It's
something,
free shipping within the States.
yeah. Now, if it's for overseas, and I was gonna ask, I should send an email and ask, because maybe it'll be like the standard 45, like what I do with Fat Quarter Shop, where when I spend $150 or more, I can spend as much money as I want to, and it stays the same 45 bucks.
Gotcha. That's the oven.
It's definitely going to be a beautiful heirloom when you finish it. And it said she signed up for the Summit PMQ Mystery 50 Hang 50 Hang 10, and London's calling us a ton. The past going back to floral states of America. Wow, that's a lot.
I can do it.
Linda says she wants to see what you're working on, Chaunda.
So right now I'm still just making all of these little squares.
Now on this particular block, I did not press my seams open due to these multiple right here. I didn't want to fool with it. But so far, it looks like it's coming together the way it should up here. It looks like I aligned it properly. All right, let's get the bottom half on, and then I'll press it and we'll have a good look at it. Hi, Mona. Linda says, yeah, I already read her. How you doing, Mona? Someone said something about you might not have been feeling well yesterday. Are you okay? And then Denise says, Annette, I'm left-handed also. I have one kid that's left-handed, but all of my grandkids are left-handed. I can write with both my hands. And Mona's saying hi to Chaunda. Mona says, yes, I fell in a hole, twisted my ankle, and had to go to urgent care. Oh, no. That's not good. Denise says, I just walk around the table a lot to get the most comfortable cutting position. So Chaunda's helping her auntie right now, in case anybody that just came in doesn't know why she's not in front of the camera at the moment. She's at her auntie's helping her. Life sometimes has to be took care of first. Lots of pinning going on right here. Denise says, Mona, feel better, speedy recovery. I agree. Hopefully you'll be back on your feet before you know it. That really sucks when when something like that happens. All right. Now we'll get this other row on here and hope that the seams line up properly. Let me see, do I want to turn this way or that way? I think I'm going to turn it this way. Okay. I'm behind in both my quilt alongs, says Sylvia. I feel like I'm gonna end up having to sew some long hours to get my Katie's Creative Chaos finished so I can take it with me. I still got to put cut backings for all the quilts I'm taking with me. I need to email her and find out if she sells cotton batting. If she doesn't, then I'm gonna take cotton batting with me for the quilts. All right, let's get this pressed. Hey, Shonda. I can't hear you.
I said that looks great.
Think it looks good?
Yeah.
He's such a tiny little star, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Thank you.
I like your color choices.
Thank you. You know what I'm gonna do with the other one? I am going to, you know how you said you're gonna do them, you were doing them all in one color? I'm gonna make them all psychedelic. Let's see here. Mona says she's fine walking slow. And then Annette says nothing broken or torn, Mona, I hope. And Sylvia says, I'm hoping to deliver a child's quilt to a family this weekend. And Mona says, x-rays, no broken bones, just spurs in the big toe. Owie, that's a bad place to have a spur. Goodness, because you put a lot of pressure on that big toe. All right, where'd my pencil go that had the eraser on it? Linda says, I have to go for a bit. Okay, see you later. Hope you come back. And Denise is asking if spurs have to be removed. Some doctors don't want to remove them. Hey, Raven. Raven says hi to you, Shonda.
Hi, Raven. I am multitasking today, so forgive me.
How you doing, Raven? Hmm.
It's just my luck that the week I'm not home is the week that we have the most pieces in the block.
Yeah. I thought I saw somewhere where they were talking about some of the later pieces was going to be a little more intricate, so to speak. But then I looked at number 15 and I didn't think number 15 looks all that intricate.
I mean, it's not, block 13 is not intricate. It's just, you know,
Lots
it's a
of
lot
pieces.
more sewing than
Yep.
say last week's blocks.
Yep. Yeah, because last week's they were pretty darn simple.
They were fast.
Yeah, I mean, you and I did both of them in the live. I am good. It's Friday. Yes, it is. And at the end of the month, no, oh my God, I went to the grocery store today. That place, you could barely move around inside the store. There were so many people in there.
Y'all got storms coming or something? Why was the grocery
No,
store so?
I guess something special was going on in the store and they were giving away meat boxes. And I didn't know anything about it. So when I went in there, I'm like, why are there so many people? And they were about to give away meat boxes, 30-day meat boxes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Free meat will get people
That's
out.
free food. I guess they were celebrating something. I hadn't looked at the bulletin boards around town, so I don't know what they were celebrating. It's probably an anniversary or something.
I feel like this block is going to be wonky when I'm done. I'm probably going to end up having to redo it. We're going to see. We'll see how it turns out.
Yep. Yeah, Oshkosh was very expensive. I want. Do they still make Oshkosh?
Oshkosh, oh my gosh, I believe they do. I think so.
Could never afford them for my kids. They're so pricey.
My mom, when I was a kid, she believed in quality clothing. So I had very few pieces, but they were all like name brand, Macy's, Oshkosh, that type of thing.
Mhm.
I didn't have a lot, but everything I had was like quality. My kids, it was the exact opposite. I went low quality, low dollar, Walmart, Children's Place, because they're only going to wear it for a year.
Yeah. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. Mona says, congratulations on the 40K. Next stop 50. Yes. I tell you what blows my mind is when you see 700,000 views and you're like, how? Raven says, I never got the Oshkosh overalls and I wasn't allowed to have jelly shoes either. Raven says, oh, I am in Price County. Someone gave me a overall one for Thomas. It was Oshkosh they had bought. But when I went to see what Oshkosh, because I'd never heard of it until they had done that, and I saw how much they were, I'm like, oh my God. Can't afford that. It was always Walmart or somewhere like that I bought their clothes. Or I would make the girls' dresses. Go to the fabric store and buy fabric and make their fancy little dresses that we would get photographed in.
Now, my oldest daughter, I used to get her clothes from Sears because back then Sears used to have a guarantee where if it tore apart before they outgrew it, they would refund your money or replace it for free.
Well, that makes sense. I don't know why this looks so much brighter. This doesn't, and I want to get rid of these pieces.
Ugh.
Let's go ahead and start cutting for the background part first, which is going to be all these half square or all these half triangles. What does it say? I wonder if they still give the guarantee, Denise asked.
I don't think so. I mean, can you even find a Sears anymore?
Not that I know of. I thought they went out of business.
I think they're online, like they sell various stuff online and stuff like that, but I don't think they do that anymore. But I loved it when they did. And I will say, because I took it as a challenge. I haven't bought my kid white clothes. Do you know the stains came white? It came right out.
Because the fabric was that good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes sense. She was mentioning about her son walking on his knees. I remember those days of my son walking on his knees because his big sister wouldn't leave him alone. She kept knocking him down every time he go to stand up. So she was jealous. I don't know why she was jealous, but she was. Little fart. She just always pushing him. And then one day he went to spend the weekend with his grandparents and came back walking. They came and deliberately got him so they could, spend time with him by himself. He came back walking, and I'm like, I missed all of that. 2 3/4 inches.
Oh no, I cut that wrong. I'm gonna have to recut that. Great.
How many of these do we need? Two per block, and we're going to make 5, so that's 10 of these. Two. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. These are square and squares. Yep, I need more than one of these. All right, let's see if maybe one. Oh no, let me look and see. Let's trim these down. Oh, Raven, those are sweet and funny. Now I did have some Carter clothing because someone gave me some for when my little girls were little. Those were nice clothes.
I did a little bit of Carter's, because I could find like Carter's and things Gymboree, because you could find really good sales. Like I would just shop the sale rack,
Yep.
50% off, 75% off, So instead of like buying my kids clothes at once, I would buy them just year round.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I found a good sale on a couple of good pieces, I would just get those couple of pieces. But other than that, we went to Walmart.
Yep. Walmart was the go-to for little kids' clothes. They outgrow them so fast.
When my son got a little older, I started going to Children's Place, like when he started going to school,
Mm-hmm.
because they have really cheap stuff there too. It's dirt cheap.
Mona, me too. We couldn't afford much, but we made do with what we had. And Sherry says, my son only wanted black t-shirts, and my husband does too, but I got my husband to broaden his wardrobe, so now he wears some grays. And then Mona says, Laura, I had tubs of bigger sizes. I would find stuff at sales with tags.
I also did some shopping on eBay. They would have like new with tag lots, and you get 6, 7, 8 outfits for like $80 or something like that, $60.
Did your daughter get everything she needs for her baby?
Uh, yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
That's four. One more to go. Then we can decide upon colors. Mary says, why is my typing so pale? I have no idea. Yeah, we see you the same. I don't know what you mean. All right, now let me pick some colors here. Wait, there's some rectangles in this too, isn't there? There sure is some rectangles in here. Which would be CA. And then we're going to need 4 to 1.5 by 2.5. Okay. So we're going to need 4 of these. So I still need to cut some more here. I don't have everything I need yet. Let me see how long these are. That's long enough. Okay, so we need 4 1.5 by 2.5. Okay, and 2 more.
Coming along slowly, Auntie.
Yep, coming along, doing good. Did she like sewing in her younger years?
No. Uh, she's really good at decorating, home improvement, general crafting. Like she can make anything out of anything.
Oh, cool.
Thrifting. She would, find something cheap that she would thrift and then make it into something completely different. Really good eye for detail and color and just, that type of thing. But not really sewing.
Yeah. Kind of like I wouldn't be sewing if I was still in Florida. I would probably be outside planting flowers or growing food. I didn't start taking up all this heavy sewing until after I moved here. This is kind of where my creativity is, this is such a great way to keep your brain busy.
Yeah.
I'm going to murder me a dog.
Um,
21.
With clothes. Okay, so I got all the background cut now. Now I need to decide on what color I want them rectangles to be. Thinking maybe I will do this. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 5 colors. Let's do it. Red in the middle. Two, 3. Could put this in the middle too. Let me see how big that's supposed to be. You're such a whiny butt. I'm not going to use that, I think. All right, let's start with that first. I'm going to use these as the rectangles, I think. So now I need to put, let's see, we're going to do red and pink. That'll be, red will be the middle, maybe. No, the blue is going to be the middle. So we need pink. Let's do that color instead. And back through my stash a little bit and see what I can come up with. Use this color and this color. Ah, that'll work. It'll be all colorful. I know what you're thinking. Like, here she goes again, making all kinds of colors.
Nora is cracking me up.
I know she it is. So I gave her a small itty bitty handful of haircuts. Well, she's not feeling fulfilled in her belly because I haven't given her any protein yet. That's what she's getting. Fine, I'll give it to you half frozen, but if you puke on the floor, I am going to be very unhappy. You know, they can eat. I fed her frozen fish, and she doesn't seem to get upset stomach from that. But the last couple times I've given her mostly hard frozen chicken, she gets a tummy ache. Well, kind of like a tummy ache. I don't know what you want to call it. She pukes it up, put it that away. Just a little, you know, put that out there. So I don't know if it's because maybe it was frozen and maybe chicken is not a great idea to be feeding frozen that way, but this was halfway thawed out, so hopefully that's okay. It's just I don't like her puking on the floor because
Absolutely not.
I don't like cleaning it up.
Who does? Nobody likes cleaning up
It's
puke.
like, oh God, I'm gonna go throw up too.
Exactly.
I don't have the stomach for it, you know.
I don't either. I love scary movies, but I can't handle people's
Yeah, exactly. Their bio stuff.
yeah. Okay.
I also think the reason she likes getting meat is because she gets bone with it. And bone, I think, makes her feel satisfied. She's in there crunching the bone right now. Crunch, 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 making that noise. Ooh, there went my ruler. Did that say tuna? Could be salmonella. No, it's not salmonella. Dogs don't have salmonella. Dogs don't get salmonella because they already have salmonella in their gut. Actually, I bet you didn't know that. A lot of people don't know that. They already have it in their gut.
Okay. Now I'm ready to sew together my 9 patch. Finally.
Yay. Which is
All my little components.
all right. So if that's 2 1/4 there. All right. Denise, they're not allowed to have cooked chicken bones. I don't cook her food. She's on a raw diet. Has been for 7 years. The German Shepherd was on the raw diet too. I don't feed kibble at all. Dogs were not meant to eat kibble. A human being came up with the kibble thing to make it more convenient to feed their dogs while they were working. That's where kibble came around, or came about anyway. So if it's got to be 2 1/4, that's going to be what, 1 1/8 when you split it in half?
Yeah.
1 1/8. Okay. Right. So 2 1/4. All right. I'm gonna put this right here. And Sherry says, I feed mine kibble and just can't do raw because I wouldn't eat raw meat. Well, it's natural for a carnivore like a dog to eat raw. It's very natural way for them. And we could debate this whole thing, but it's what's kept my, when
I mean,
Coda
yeah, because
had-
when they're in the wild, there's nobody to cook their food.
exactly. And they'll eat something that's been dead for days and not have a problem with it. And the reason I started the raw diet is because my German Shepherd was allergic to kibble. And that's what caused him to have so much trouble. And so it didn't make sense to have one dog on kibble and one on raw. So I put both of them on raw. That's how I handled it. And now she's been on it for 7 years. Coda's been gone almost 2 years, and I can't bring myself to try to put her back on kibble and have it mess her whole system up after being on raw for so long. Because animals are, when they're fed a certain way and you go and bust open their stuff, It can create secondary problems.
It's the
Bonus
same
is mine
thing for
eats
humans
canned,
too.
dried blueberries, carrots, lettuce, and anything else they get their paws on. What were you going to say, Shonda?
No, I was just gonna, I done forgot already.
Uh-oh.
Already, I already forgot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. That's just how I am. Ever since I was a kid. And my grandmother, she used to make me so mad because she'd be like, well, if it was really important, you'd remember. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not
Garage
true.
door. Entry sensor away.
Thank you. I heard them.
Do you give any kind of supplement with her raw food? No. She gets meat, bone. So her meat consists of chicken, beef, reindeer, salmon, cod, sometimes whale meat, sometimes whale fat, blueberry, any kind of berry, actually, carrots, haricots. She likes lettuce, which dogs can have, tomatoes, sweet peppers. What else do I feed her from time to time? So she gets a combination of meat, bone, and vegetables and fruit. Oh, she can have apples too. Hi, Sean. Does she get good quality with, but she gets good quality with kibble. There's no kibble in her diet at all, Sherry. None. Like I said, she hasn't eaten kibble since she was 5 months old. And actually, the breeder that I got her from had her already on a raw diet. Apparently, she feeds her Dachshunds raw. So Nora already knew how to eat raw. Dogs are domesticated. Our domesticated diets are different than the average wolf. They all still came from the same place and had the same eating. Uh-oh. What'd you do? What was that about? Huh? Go back and get in your bed. Go on. Back in your bed. I don't know what you've done. She hurt herself or something. And I need to switch feet again. Yep, some dogs do way better on raw. And I have been doing this for a really long time. Before I moved here, I had a couple German Shepherds that couldn't tolerate kibble, and they were also on a raw diet. So I do know something about all of this. I've done my homework, and everything that you need to do in order to feed this way. And these days, a lot of vets now these days are fine with you putting your dog on a raw diet. Some of them will try to get you to go to their high quality dog food, but when you put your foot down and say, nope, we're doing it this way, then they get on board and work with you on your dog's diet. So when I told the vet here, because we had a new vet come through here to vaccinate and everything, she asked me what I was feeding her. I said, she's on raw. She's like, oh, okay. So yeah, they're aware. And here in Greenland, sledge dogs are fed nothing but fish and meat. They don't feed them kibble. But sledge dogs are not pets either. They're working dogs. But I've done my homework, so I know what I'm doing. Exactly, Raven. It was to make it easier to feed their the invention was done so that because people were working all the time and didn't have time to go out and find raw food for their pets or feed them, like so many did. Kibble was the new thing. Mona says, if you have any autoimmune issues, use gloves to handle raw meat. I don't have none of that problem. Nora's getting her nutrient. Yes, she is. It's weird about dogs. You could take them out in nature. I don't know how, it's something in their DNA, I think. When you take them out to nature, they know they can eat certain things that's in nature, like eating berries. They know which berries they can eat and which ones they can't eat. Dogs eat, believe it or not, they like stinging nettle, and it's actually a good thing for dogs to munch on is stinging nettle. And you're like, huh, doesn't it fry their, because when we touch stinging nettle, we get, a rash or, after it stung the heck out of us. But with dogs, that's not a problem. Janet says, I understand, Katie. My sister and her husband do the raw diet for their dogs and have for years. Yep. It's dadgum cheaper to feed them that way, too. You let them eat steak. That's funny. I don't know that I've ever fed Nora a steak, actually. But I can tell you she loves fish. Oh, my God. And I've also learned a lot of things about feeding fish to dogs, especially salmon. Salmon is an oily, has, oil in it. It's a fat fish. It's high in a lot of different things that's good for both humans and animals. The thing is I can't feed the belly of salmon to her because she gets sick to her stomach. Too much fat. Because the belly of a salmon's full of fat. So we don't even bring home the belly part of the salmon when we go fishing. We leave that for nature. One of my exes used to work in a rendering plant that processed things for dog food companies. You would be disgusted if you knew what goes into dog food, roadkill being one of the ingredients. Chicken eggs come out soft. She eats raw chicken eggs. Right now, she's on an anti-shell strike. And it's probably because there's something on the shell that she smells. Because she doesn't do it when I feed her organic eggs. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing? Did you know cows have 2 stomachs? Yep. Oh, look at this block, Chaunda. All right, let's get this pressed and then I'm going to trim it down. Mona says, I have 2 stomachs.
Me too, Mona. Yeah.
Let's you just see the center block that I just made. It's going to be cute. Make sure I trim this on the right line. Yep. Believe me, if I could find a better way to feed my dog that was healthy, I would do that. But this is the best way to do it. And she's a small dog, so it's not terribly expensive. We just buy extra, I buy whole chickens, and when we're cutting up whole chickens, she gets some of it. I've just been told I feed her too much, so that's why we're cutting her back. She's not having any of it, but she's not happy about it. Look, Chaunda.
Oh, can you spotlight it so I can start reading?
Sure. It's so tiny. Oh my gosh. Oh. Look.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's so cute. Oh. So now what I'm going to do is the other 4. I'm going to do one in red, one in blue, one in yellow, and one in green. So
Okay.
like a domino thing going on. Sherry was waiting for the ant. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. I must have missed something. Let me unspotlight. Wait, what did Sherry say that I missed? How long is an elephant pregnant? Isn't it 2 years?
Something like that.
Close to 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's close to 2 years. If I remember right, it is. They're pregnant longer than a horse or even a human. Let's set this cute little dainty block aside. And let's do these other ones. And I don't want to lose those. I don't know what I keep touching over here, but there are companies that process human food and animal food in the same plant. There is a certain amount of insects allowed in human food process. Yeah.
Yep. We know.
We're
We know we're
aware.
all eating carpet beetles.
Yeah, we're aware. It's because you don't know where your food is coming from.
You should grow it yourself.
Yep, grow your own food. Even if you have to do it in flower pots.
I did find a lady near me that has fresh eggs
Nice.
that
How
were
much
a
is she selling
reasonable
hers for?
price.
How much is she selling them per dozen?
$3.50.
Well, that's not bad considering the price of feed and stuff.
Actually, no, I think I think it's $3.50. And I had a $5 bill, so I just gave her that.
Oh, that was sweet. Looky here, Missy. I have fed your behind. You got meat not more than 5 minutes ago. You're not getting any more. Bed. Go. Go on. Go on. That or she wants to OUT. I took her for a walk yesterday. You should have seen her. She was so funny. She was like, oh, yay, we get to go do something outside. You know what? If I let her loose in the front yard without her harness and leash on, she looks for food. Dead things, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And it's like, no. She's very predatory. It's so funny, but it's not funny at the same time, you know? I think that Joelsen's just, it's their nature to want to eat constantly. Andrea says she wants you to feed her front now. She's already been fed. I gave her meat. She ain't getting anything else. We're done for the day. What it is she's used to getting snacks because of you know who. Anyone want to know who you know who is?
Well, we know.
Because when he comes home, she gets all the snacks she wants. You're her agreeing with that? I don't know how she knows what we're talking about. I think dogs understand a lot more than we
Well, they
think.
definitely understand that S word.
Yep, they do.
And the T word. That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt's dog has little buttons
Uh-huh.
to communicate with us.
Mm-hmm.
So when his water dish was empty, he has a little button and he could just click the water button and say, water empty.
Oh, wow. She will tell me when her bowl is empty. It's like sometimes I have to do a process elimination too, though, because but when she tries to lead me into the foyer, it's not about going outside, it's about that water bowl.
Yep, he's got one for water. They had to take away the tea one
Mm-hmm.
because he just kept asking for a tea constantly.
Oh no.
He has a potty outside one.
Mm-hmm.
And is she down there?
Doggy buttons. They're laughing about the doggy button thing. It's a good way for them to use their brain. And less, being less mischievous. One thing I have to say about her, she doesn't chew on stuff in this house, but she's got a zillion of those little red balls too. Everything else toy wise we've bought her, she's massacred in a matter of hours. But those little red balls, they're pretty darn tough stuff. Okay, I've got all these done. So let's go ahead and continue on making more of these square and squares. Laura, the brother-in-law that was cheating. Oh. I wonder if Teresa went fishing today.
Oh, she likes to fish.
Yeah, she does.
Adrian loves to fish.
She definitely does.
There's this fishing pole he's been eyeing. I thought about getting it for him for Father's Day,
Oh,
and then
that
I
would be
saw how
cool.
much it cost, and I was like, maybe not.
How much did it cost?
It was $150 just for the pole. We still got to buy the
Dang.
reel.
How much do reels cost these days?
I mean, I wouldn't know what reel to get them,
Yeah, I want to
but
buy my own reel and rod for here so that when we go cod fishing, I have my own fishing pole.
yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know what reel to get. I don't know which one he would want.
Yeah, that's the same problem I have is see Torben has big reel and rods on the boat, but they're like for men. You know how men have really bulky ones that seem like they weigh a friggin' ton?
Hmm.
And I'm like, I need a girl's reel and rod.
Yeah, I thought about maybe just getting in the rod and letting him get his own reel,
Yeah, that sounds like a
but
plan. You could always buy the pole and then let him do the rest. Because he'd probably be more apt to want to get, something he
he
uses.
wants, right. And I only know
Yeah.
about the pole because he was talking about it. And I was like, so I pay attention and I was like, oh, okay.
What about a gift card from the place that you buy that stuff from?
That could work too.
and then he can go pick what he wants.
We'll see. I'll have to see how the budget goes because I forgot also my air conditioning is down again.
Again?
Again. I don't know
Wow.
what's going on. I'm really upset about it.
It's not icing up, is it?
I don't know how I don't know.
I would look. Okay, do you have a heat pump outside? Is that what you have?
Um
So it's a big, huge machine on the outside of your house. They call it a heat pump. It will heat
yeah,
and cool your house.
I guess, yes.
So on the inside, there should be an air handler where you keep your filter at.
Yes.
If you take the filter out and look up in, so say your house is not cooling off, take the filter out and get a flashlight and look up inside of it and see if you see ice on the inside of the air handler. And if you have ice on the inside of it, then either A, the filter should have been cleaned sooner, or B, go outside and look at your heat pump. And if you see ice on it, you are going to have to call an AC person to come and recharge the part of it that has to do with the heat pump.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But if there's no ice on the heat pump and only ice on the air handler inside the house, just thaw it out with a hair dryer yourself. Don't pay someone else to come do it. Just use a hair dryer and then get it dried out pretty good, and then take a vacuum cleaner and clean it. Because sometimes dust gets up in the grill of they're like little, it's kind of hard to explain unless you've seen what the fridge. Have you ever seen the grill work on a refrigerator?
Yes.
It's similar to that, only bigger.
Okay.
So if you find ice on the air handler, thaw it out and then dry it out really good, and then clean it with your vacuum cleaner and see if it doesn't help.
Gotcha.
I've done that so many times because we had our air handler and heat pump was new because the house was new. And about 3 years in, one summer, it was like when you're coming off wintertime and going straight into hot summer, and for some weird reason, you weren't getting cold air, you were getting hot air. And then that's when I discovered that ice does get on the air handler. And it can't breathe when it's loaded up with ice, and it's because the filter was probably dirty, and then the dust gets up around that grill where it can't breathe properly. And if you vacuum all of that out, and after you thaw it out, it helps actually. Sometimes it even fixes the problem. But if you find ice on the outside on your big pump, yeah, you're gonna have to have someone look at it.
I'll have to check that. That's not something I need to look for. I mean, I just had it put in 2018.
Yeah, look for ice first. Because if hot air is coming out, even though you got it on a cooler, there's ice somewhere, either on the handler or outside on your heat pump.
It's definitely blowing. It's just not blowing cold enough to cool down the house.
Yeah. Check your filter. If you don't find ice, but still get up in there with, crawl down there where you can get it up there with a flashlight and see if you see dust all over the grill. Vacuum it out. Because sometimes the dust can actually pass through the filter.
Okay.
And it'll save you having someone coming and doing the same thing and you have to pay for it.
Gotcha.
I don't know everything about it, but I learned from doing. And that was one of the things. It wasn't until we got ice on that heat pump itself outside, that's when I had to call, because there was nothing, because it was 95 degrees outside and it was covered in ice, and you're like, how's that even possible? Come to find out, the freon was low, and it does something weird when that happens.
Okay.
You'll even see ice on the pipe. There's a copper tubing that goes from your heat pump into your house. Sometimes you'll even see ice on that. Because it would be a last resort to call somebody, because we were on a family of 5 and one income, and calling the AC man is like astronomically expensive, you know, and I hate to think how much it costs these days. Probably way about 3 times more. Let's see. Laura says, Chaunda, our AC went out last week and our AC guy told us to turn it off for a couple hours and then turn the fan on for 2 hours and let it thaw out the coils, and it worked. Yeah, the ice is what usually makes warm air come out of your stuff. And change your filter more often. If I don't know how often you change your filter. If you're changing it 3 or 4 months, you know, 3 or 4 months or so, do it every month. That might also help make it better. It's something I have to talk to Thomas about constantly in that little tiny apartment of his, because I feel like that it would be bad if he didn't. My HVAC guy is a upstairs playing video games.
Entry sensor open.
Her AC guy lives with her.
Do you want the lawnmower gun cleaned? Did you go at one time? Was the lawnmower back? The lawnmower man, he came to do a mowing. So he can only do it this one time, but then doing the lawnmower next week. That's why I'm listening.
Denise, what was his advice? And it worked. No house call. We have him on speed dial. How are you doing with your block? Getting there?
We are getting there. I'm probably gonna have to redo this block. This square and a square, these points are one of them in particular just came out like,
Oh no. I had to redo 3 of my Alice's blocks for that using the template things. And even one of them still is going to end up with chopped off legs, even though I did it twice and made sure. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why is the legs going to get chopped off? So I don't know. Very annoying.
She keeps saying her stuff is upstairs.
I know.
You have someone else there with you and your aunt?
Yeah, my Aunt Lois. She's actually my great aunt. She's actually my aunt's aunt, but they're like the same age.
Oh, cool.
Because my grandmother was the oldest of 13. Well, and so my grandmother was having kids at the same time as her. Oh God, I made a mistake. I'm gonna have to frog this. No,
Oh,
no.
did you turn something the wrong way?
Yes. Ugh.
It's okay. You have distractions for one thing.
Let's just go ahead and take it out. Glad I brought a seam ripper.
Yeah, what Laura's talking about, Denise, a good tech will do that to save you money, because they're just going to do the same thing that he told her to do. Because a lot of times it just resets the whole system when you do that. AC's, I know, Katy, me too. I don't think the measurements are big enough. Yeah. It's like frustrating because I'm like, you're still going to chop the bottom of the legs off. Sherry says for you to step away for a moment, Chaunda, and breathe. Great advice. Take a break for a minute. I just think it's because you've got distractions right now. I'm reading the comment as it was a temp solution to eventually having to replace the unit. Not necessarily. Sometimes they just go on the fritz because the filter was dirty or because there was something on the grill itself that made it where it couldn't breathe properly. There's all kinds of reasons why it does it. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to replace the whole thing. It's very common. Exactly, Raven. It happens a lot. Anyone with a heat pump system that goes on could be perfect one summer, and then the next summer freeze up for some weird reason. And you can see it's pushing air, and you can go outside and see the fan is turning. Everything is supposed to be doing is happening, but it's not giving you cold air. I remember one time the fan went out on our heat pump. Oh my God. Replacing a fan on a heat pump, Jesus. It's pricey. You okay, Chaunda?
Yeah, I just got the blower replaced. What was that, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I knew you had replaced that. So I would check that. Uh-oh. They need to be cleaned at least yearly. Yes. And if they're not, it happens. Yes, it does. I know the blower you're talking about too, because my daughter, the one that lives in California, they had to replace their blower on their air handler because it went out.
Yeah, and it was like both, it was like just no air was coming out at all. So now the blower is fixed, and now it's not cooling.
Yeah, check for ice on the inside and on the outside of the house. And then go from there, troubleshoot before you actually call someone.
Yeah, I mean the guy that installed it, he's the
Mhm.
guy I call when something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came for the blower, he said that it was still under warranty.
Oh, good.
So it was just $260 for that.
Raven says sometimes they end up with a faulty replacement part. He complains about getting scrappy parts into the shop after waiting a week to get the part the first time. Wow. Let me know when you're ready to stop, okay? Because you know me, time gets away from me, and I see it's already, see, 10, 3, 8, 9, 8. It's almost 7:30 your time.
Yeah, I'll be ready to stop on time. I have one more seam to sew, and my block will be complete.
Okay. Yeah, I knew we were getting close.
What you doing, boy? No one on them poles again. We did it this way. Oh, look, I'm gonna That cabinet just sitting there, but it said,
Okay.
Laura says, hi, Janet. When you find a good guy, you stick with him. Our guy will text us with possible solutions before he makes a expensive house call. We have recommended him to many people.
And
He
That's
says there are
awesome.
some YouTube dudes that show how to do annual maintenance. And then Sherry says, Shonda, when you are ready, we got to get together.
Absolutely. I gotta get things to calm down a bit first, but I definitely want to get out the house a little bit more. I saw that my guild is doing a social, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm be able to go.
I could have left the doors on the top, we could have left the top.
Yeah, you
open.
two live not far apart from each other.
Either way.
I know if I lived near you guys, I'd be bugging you all the time. Maybe. It would be fun to get to sew together in person, wouldn't it?
And I'll probably do, the beef or chicken.
Sherry says, I know after the baby is born. He's talking about you, Shonda.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So we want to tell them to tomorrow the grass, let me go see this one. Oh, the same goes. Yeah, it's small. Well, I'm gonna go deeper in that backyard than what they gonna do. Front door, entry.
Oh, sis. Yeah, while I'm thinking of it, let's take care of that poll. All right, what does humbuggery mean? We have 46 votes right now. So if you haven't voted, better hurry up and vote before I give the answer. 7% voted on A for sleep. 83% voted on B for deception. 7% voted on joy for C. And 4% voted on D for dance. And the answer is B, deception. And then I'll read what it says about it. It says, definition, deceptive or fraudulent behavior, the act of misleading or tricking others. The term humbuggery is believed to have originated in the early 19th century, deriving from the word humbug, which means a hoax or deceit, possibly influenced by the dialectal word hum, meaning to deceive. Deception is the core concept behind the word humbuggery. It encapsulates the act of misleading or tricking others, often through false promises or dishonest behavior. In various contexts, humbuggery can be manifest in politics, marketing, or interpersonal relationships where individuals or groups present a facade that obscures the truth. This is a deliberate misrepresentation. This deliberate misrepresentation can lead to the feelings of betrayal and disillusionment among those who fall victim to it. Understanding humbuggery as a form of deception sheds light on the ethical implications of honesty and integrity in communication and interactions, highlighting the importance of transparency in societal relationships. So there you have it. That was a mouthful. Where did my screen go to now? Okay, so that's the answer, B. Sherry wants to know what guild you go to, Shonda.
Triangle Modern Quilt Guild. That's the guild that I'm a part of.
Mona says, have a great night. Thank you for coming in, Mona. How many people are in that guild that you're in? Is there a lot or is it a small guild?
I don't know because I've never made it to a meeting.
Oh.
It's where they meet is really it's like an hour away from me, and I don't be wanting to drive 2 hours round trip.
That's interesting.
Now during the pandemic, it was different because they did virtual shows, but as far as who's in there now, I'm not sure. I know a couple years ago we did a retreat. That was a good time. But I'm not sure how many. I mean, at least 100, I would think.
Cool. I'm a member of one for my guild. If you want to call me having a guild. Hey, Rudy, welcome, welcome. Shirley says, hello, going to be lurking while sewing borders on my Atlantis PMQ. Hi, Shirley, how are you? And then Liana says, hello, all. Anna and I are here lurking and talking. It's nice to see you here. And then Raven says, I'm a bit worried that when we finally move the groups, I find we'll have buggery mean ladies and not the cute old ladies like we have here. And Laura says, have a wonderful evening, everyone. I hope you all have a happy weekend. Thank you for dropping in.
Yeah.
You ready to show your block?
Yeah.
All right, then let me
All right, I think I got
put you on the spotlight.
Bye out, Lois. Bye now. Oh, that looks so cute. Oopsie. Sorry.
Yeah, that looks cute.
Came out all right.
Oh, that does look cute. Look at that. That's wonderful. Love it.
So right some of my right here especially.
Yeah.
See that? That
Mhm.
whole tip got cut off. That I don't really care that that's not perfectly lined up. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But that bothers me.
It got chopped off.
But I probably won't redo it.
Hey, it's okay. All right. So, did you decide not to do your live the other day?
I did. I couldn't.
I couldn't find it, so I'm like, she must have not did it.
I had too much going on.
Okay, well, that answered my question. So I was going to ask about it. Anyway, all right, you guys. Remember to drop over to Shonda's. If you've not been there, hang on a minute. I'm going to share her link again. Drop over to Shonda's and subscribe and watch her videos. Comment on her videos because that does help. And it also gives her feedback on, what she's been doing, letting her know that you like her content. So go share your love over there and subscribe and like and watch videos and give her some watch hours. Do all those kind things that we all do for each other.
Entry sensor.
Shonda, thank you for dropping in. And I will see you on the next Sewcialites 15 and 16. And maybe we can get together to sew one of those days when you're less busy too, on a different night.
The grandbaby's coming in 10 days.
I know when that baby comes, I can forget about getting much time with you. Oh goodness, you're going to be Miss Proud Grandma. That's your first one, right? Pampered Pet Motel. Pampered Baby Motel, put it that way.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting-
Anyway, y'all remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. And what do you do with that? You make something beautiful,
But
or
you can
you could do something special for someone else, because you never know, it might put a smile on their face or change their whole world. So see you guys later on William's channel, or tomorrow when we're doing the triple play, because the triple play starts at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time in my channel, and then switches to Mona's after mine. And then from Mona's, it goes to Williams. So it'll be back-to-back lives tomorrow between all of us. So see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, and decos. All right. Let's see here. All righty.
You're gonna see me moving